Hi Vikings, I'm Terry,
And I'm Susan. Welcome to Vike Equip.
where we are equipping you, our students, to be successful in the classroom.
In this video, I want to discuss topics and main ideas because these are important elements of reading comprehension. Many times topic and main idea questions will show up on standardized testing and students get confused because we don't know the difference between topics and main ideas. So let me see if I can explain it this way. Let's say that I'm having a conversation with a friend and you walk up. As you walk up, you hear your name. So you ask, "Hey, what are you guys talking about?" And I reply, "We're talking about you." What would be your next question? What are you saying about me? And then I say, "Oh, I enjoy having you in class. You're a great student." All right, what we've just done is we've identified a topic and a main idea. The topic is you. Topic is usually just a couple of words, 2-3 words, maybe almost like a title, but just short, identifying what the subject matter is. The main idea then includes the topic, you, but goes into detail as to what the conversation is about. You are a good student. So you can see the difference between topic and main ideas. Again, a topic is like a title, just a few words. A main idea must be expressed in a complete sentence. Okay, a complete sentence that includes the topic, but then expounds on what the subject matter is. So let's try it on a few examples. This first passage, and again, you see these on standardized tests all the time. They'll usually have a paragraph that you read, a passage that you read, and then one of the questions will say, identify the topic or identify the main idea in this passage. So let's try a few of those together. Not too long ago, when you went to the supermarket to pick eggs, you mainly had a choice between a few brands. But nowadays, consumers are faced with a host of choices when purchasing a carton of eggs. There are eggs from cage-free chickens, organically grown eggs, and the traditional farm-raised eggs. Stop. Hey, what are you reading about? Probably you would reply, eggs, and that is your topic. 1, 2, 3 words, like a title that tells what the passage is about. Now, take it the next step. What are you reading about eggs? Right, so now I'm going to put in a complete sentence what I've been reading about, what I just learned about eggs. Why was this paragraph written? Well, the main thing I picked up from this is that consumers today have more choices in purchasing eggs than in the past. Right? It's really not telling me about which eggs are best or which brands to buy. It's just telling me that consumers have more choices. So again, you can see that the topic shows up in the main idea, but it's stated in a complete sentence and covers everything in the paragraph itself. Let's try another one. How much sleep is necessary to maintain a healthy lifestyle? Many people say they need at least 8 hours to feel refreshed in the morning. Researchers say the amount of sleep one needs depends upon the individual. Some can thrive on as little as 6 hours of sleep, while others lag behind if they sleep less than 11. What are you reading about? You probably reply, sleep. And you're exactly right. That's the topic. That's what this paragraph is about. Okay, what did you learn about it? Why was this paragraph written? And remember, a main idea must be stated in a complete sentence, and it must include the topic. So your sentence has to include the word sleep. Oh, what about something like this? Researchers say the amount of sleep one needs depends on the individual. That's why this paragraph was written. It wasn't telling you that you have to have 8 hours or that I have to have 6. It's just telling us that it depends upon the individual. You can also see it right here in the middle. This sentence is right here. It's stated. Researchers say the amount of sleep one needs depends on the individual. This is what we call a stated main idea. Your passage actually hands you the main idea. You just have to locate it. All right, one more. Mad cow disease is a fatal brain disorder caused by a prion, which is an abnormal form of protein. Prions influence other proteins to take on their abnormal shape, and these abnormal proteins cause brain damage. Mad cow disease is also called bovine spongiform encephalopathy. The disease eats away at a cow's brain, leaving it full of sponge-like holes. Eventually, the brain can no longer control vital life functions, and the cow literally goes mad. Okay, hey, what you reading about? Mad cow disease. That's exactly right. What did you learn about it? What was the main reason this paragraph was written? Well, it feels like it was written to basically define mad cow disease. So let's do that in our main idea, remembering that we have to include the topic and we have to state it in a sentence. Mad cow disease is a disease in which abnormal proteins eat away at a cow's brain, causing it to go mad before dying. Okay, that makes sense. We can see the difference between a topic and a main idea. On a lot of your standardized tests, when they're asking for the topic, they will actually give you a main idea to find out if you know the difference between a topic and a main idea. So you have to say, whoa, they're asking for a topic, a few words, like a title. Whoa, they're asking for a main idea. It's got to be a complete sentence. Okay, let's talk one more through. I love this video. You can look it up for yourself if you want, about a dog named Charles the Monarch, and his owners shaved him to look like a lion. Well, one day he gets loose and he is running all over the streets. People are calling 911, reporting a lion on the loose. And so they have to respond to these calls. They check with the zoo. The zoo's like, no, all of our lions are accounted for. And so they finally figure out that it's Charles the Monarch. People were familiar with him because he had often showed up at tailgates for a college, a nearby college. And so this little guy was wreaking all kinds of havoc. All right, once you watch that video and I asked you, hey, what you watching? What would you say? I'm watching a video about Charles the Monarch, right? So that's easy enough. We know he's the topic. But then a standardized test might take it to the next level and say, identify the main idea. All right, what do you already know? A main idea has to have Charles the Monarch in there somewhere. It's got to say something about this dog. It's got to be in a complete sentence, which immediately takes out B, a Labradoodle named Charles the Monarch. That's the topic, but it's not the main idea. So immediately I can eliminate that and increase my chances of getting the right answer. All right, so let's look at these. Remembering that a main idea tells you why the passage was written. In this case, why did the story make the news? Okay, why did the story make the news? Was it because Charles the Monarch was shaved to look like a lion? Maybe. It's true, right? It is true. Charles the Monarch triggered several 911 calls when people mistook him for a lion. That's true. Charles the Monarch attends tailgate parties for Old Dominion. That's true. So you can see why these questions are sometimes tricky. They're not true and false questions. All of these things are true. We eliminated one because it's not a complete sentence. The other are all true. Now we have to ask ourselves, but why did it make the news? Why was this on the 5 o'clock news? Oh, Charles the Monarch was already shaved to look like a lion and he hadn't made the news. Charles the Monarch was already attending tailgate parties and he hadn't made the news. He made the news because he triggered several 911 calls when people mistook him for a lion. So we can sort through these. Now we can identify the main idea. It does have Charles the Monarch in it. It's stated in a complete sentence, and it tells why the video made the news. All right, now you know the difference between topics and main ideas. You're ready to handle those standardized tests and improve your reading comprehension.